Hey, everybody, and welcome to Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you after the close here on a Sunday night. Not as bullish as we hoped, and certainly not as bullish as the close was on Saturday. I'm coming to you from Florida. I'm in a new location here. The lighting is a little bit iffy, but we're going to push through as best we can, as always. Welcome to wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thank you for your support. As always, smash the like button. That helps get this content out to more people. And love the comments and questions. Keep it coming. I'll get back to those as quickly as possible. Lots of links in the description below, so check those out. I have been updating the cheat sheet. I'll just quickly show you what I've done there. Very quickly, we have the links here. I have broken it down into by country, and so you should be able to see very quickly what are the there's Gemini there as well, and there's a couple of others I will be adding to that, and then there's other links as well as the Discord. If you haven't signed up for the Discord, these are the links. There is the VIP and the Chart Goat University. Click on those, and that will get you through to the Stocks with Josh Discord that I'm in the crypto chat daily. So if you haven't jumped into that, then it's a great opportunity to join the community. All right, we're going to jump straight into the news, and the news is that we have some very interesting developments with Bitcoin. Obviously, we closed under the 200 EMA on the daily, and that was the weekly close. But there's a megaphone pattern. And will that megaphone pattern playing out? The immediate target is $86,000, okay? For the megaphone pattern, Titan of crypto, pushing out those stats. And then we also have the same kind of situation that happened back in 2017, okay? And if we do see the same here, breakout, obviously we need to get to the top there before breaking out. So there's some good bullish patterns forming. And so I don't think we should be discouraged necessarily that price action isn't behaving exactly how we'd want it to currently. Sometimes things just take a little bit of time to play out. Sentiment, of course, isn't great. Even in the Discord, I feel there is a little bit of discouragement. It's been rather quiet of late. And maybe everybody's just enjoying some nice sunshine on the weekend. But certainly, it does feel that way. But institutional whales and smart money are buying Bitcoin like maniacs. They are picking up an extraordinary amount of Bitcoin. So that's something that's very interesting. So there's a real bearish sentiment, not seen since 30,000. And then if we look here, this is really backed up with the fear and greed index. The fear and greed, and it got down to 25, and that hasn't been seen since Bitcoin was below 30,000. And so it's really important to note that there's a real feeling around that, hey, I'm down. What if we don't see the cycle play out like previous cycles? And that's a good concern to have. And that also should help you think, am I overinvested? Should I have this much money? Am I risking money that I can't afford to lose? And so, just to reevaluate your portfolio, do an audit of your portfolio. And as you can see here, Bitcoin has touched a trend line that's been playing a very important role for 11 years. Is Bitcoin turning resistance into support? The first ever golden cross of the 50 and the 100 simple moving average is also in the making. One of the most overlooked charts out there, to be honest. So there's definitely some bullish. I feel like everything is set up to be quite like we've seen in previous cycles, and that it's going to play out in previous cycle. The Bitcoin bull market progress going direct capital is at 42.9% there. As you can see, in the same area here, we are here. Now, of course, we broke out after that, but we also didn't make an all-time high before the halving both times. So we're actually ahead of schedule right now. Bitcoin is ahead of schedule. It's already made its all-time high before the halving, when usually it's after the halving. And so the parabolic phase of the cycle comes about 160 days after the halving. If history repeats, we could just be over 1 month away from the breakout, which is in late September. Okay, so you can see this pattern just playing out like it has in previous cycles. All right. Also, there's a lot of shorts that are going to be liquidated if Bitcoin reaches 68K. So I expect us to get back to 68K at some point. Now, we could go down first before we go up. But I have said before, I do expect the local bottom is in and has been set. We'll see if that does play out and is going to actually be the case. The MACD shows up double bullish signals on the daily chart. Bullish crossover is now happening. Bitcoin has a very high chance of pumping again soon, not just, it just didn't pump for the close today. We just, at one point, with 20 minutes to go before the close, we needed a pump of like $400. Instead, we dumped about $400 as well. So you can see there that there is a bullish crossover happening for the MACD. And so let's see what plays out there. And of course, remember, I haven't shown the altcoin season index for a while, but we are technically still in Bitcoin season. But what does that actually mean? Bitcoin season for me is the best time to start, is to be accumulating alts. You don't want to start buying alts when altcoin season up here. I don't want people buying me, is it a good time to buy alts? And we're up here, because then they're going to sell off. And so it just basically means that Bitcoin is outperforming the majority of the market right now, and it has been. Usually in bull markets, Bitcoin does outperform the market for the first part, and then as we come into the second part, yes, Bitcoin, I believe, will pump. It may, look, honestly, it could only pump to 80K, 80, 85, 88K, 90K, 100K. I'm not pushing for these huge parabolic numbers of over 200K or 170K. I'm looking more so around the 100 to 120,000. Obviously, if the dollar gets devalued significantly, that can change, or some economic collapse happens. Certainly that can change, but if we just continue on our path, I do think 100 to 120K is where I'm thinking Bitcoin is going to land. And how about another coin that does follow the tokenomics of Bitcoin in Bitenza? Tau is the ticker, TAO. And Bitcoin miners, a article came out that Bitcoin miners could potentially boost their yearly revenue by 13.9 billion if they shift some energy resources to the AI sectors. So, are we now waiting for publicly listed companies to announce they've started mining operations on Bitenza? We'll see. There's been nothing confirmed or official on that. That's just pure speculation, but I thought it was interesting all the same. And then we come over here that we've got a big week coming up. The Fed officials are speaking. The FOMC meeting minutes are released. Japan inflation data for July comes out on Thursday. That'll be interesting. And then Powell speaks on economic outlook, and that on Friday. So that could be a big, every time he speaks, I feel like the market does drop. So unless he says that 25 or 50 is on the table, but if he comes out and says right now neither of those are on the table, then we could see some pretty market volatility. And I feel like even if it is on the table, I think he's going to say it anyway, because because that's just the way that he is. So we'll move on straight to the Bitcoin price here. And as you can see, we did not close above the 200 EMA on the daily. Look, generally speaking, if Bitcoin is below the 200 EMA on the daily, it's always historically been a good time to accumulate. So that's good news. And it usually doesn't stay on there for very long. This is the third time we've been up and down over it in the last since we had the dump down below it on the 4th of August. So in the last month, that's the third time it's gone up, down, and now up, down, and then back down again. So where do I see us going from here? Well, obviously we could continue to retest and push and kind of do what we did over here before breaking through. We have the ribbons pushing down, so there's more pressure there. The 50-day moving average, which has been resistance, is slowly moving down. These two could cross over. And then obviously we have levels to the downside. I certainly think we could come back and hit this 55 level. I've seen some people talk about 53 and 51, and I'm like, I've been talking about that for a while since we had this dump, that we could return and fill some of this wick down here at around 51 and a half, and then possibly also at about the 53 level as well. So those are probably the three areas that I'm looking at right now of where we could possibly come down to if we saw some more push to the downside. However, all we need is a little bit of bullish news, BlackRock to come out and say something, or something to happen, and we can see this pop back up again. Remember, at 68,000 up here is where a ton of shorts will get liquidated. So certainly that's an area to watch. But for right now, I just see a lot more of the same that we've seen here. Just a lot of sideways chop. Certainly, we've come down to around the bottom of this trend line here. We could certainly come back and retest it again. But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't make a move more to the upside at some point before we came back and came back and retested down here at some point. Again, I drew this a long time ago. For those of you who've been watching this channel, you know this. And this is playing out pretty well in this pattern here. I actually put this line in before we ever came down here. And I believe I might have put the line in before we even came down here. And so this line has been here, and this has been a great area of support, and as you can see, resistance as well. We have another support and resistance lines here, and we have seen some activity around there. So I'm just seeing that we continue to move up and down through this channel until we see some kind of breakout to the upside or to the downside. I'm expecting it to go to the upside. So while this is happening, I'm accumulating altcoins. Two of the coins that I have covered in my cheat sheet has been banana. And so I'm going to do a quick jump into the banana price action right there. And so with banana here, I like it at the 50-day moving average at about 49. So if you're looking to get some banana, certainly 49.43 or around 49.50. This is obviously moving, would be my first entry there, but also other entries certainly down here just at the bottom of this ribbon at about 45. And then if we do lose that, then we could come back all the way. Look, the 200 EMA is all the way down at 38. So this is a very bullish coin right now. This is kind of one of those that are bucking the trend. And that's why I look for ones that are bucking the trend, that are showing to be very bullish. There's very few coins that are above the 200 EMA and the 50-day moving average. So this would be another area here, but that's just one I wanted to update there. If you don't hold any, you want to get in on that coin. I do put the listings. I have a new exchange where I have added for the USA on the cheat sheet. It is the weeks, and this actually has 20 out of 23 of the coins from my cheat sheet. It is weeks, and it is here, and there is a link here. If you can use that to get signed up, you'll get some goodies and trading fees, etc. And it's a referral code. So that's how it helps support this channel. There's no KYC needed. You do need a VPN. There's a link here for the NordVPN down here. And look, the NordVPN, there's a link there. It's a couple of bucks. I think you get 3 months free if you sign up through my link, and maybe a 75% discount. It's already only a couple of bucks. So literally it's pennies. And it just basically allows you to trade some of these exchanges that are going to give you more exposure to more coins, less fees, and better spreads. And also, you're keeping your identity safe and secure. Without a VPN, your identity and your location are exposed. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Otherwise, BitUnix is one that I like, but Weeks has 20 out of 23 of the coins there, and it's just simply you load up money onto Coinbase, Crypto.com, or Uphold, and then you would transfer some USDC or USDT to Weeks, and then you can trade freely on Weeks. And like I said, all you need to do with Weeks is an email address, and that's it, and you don't have to do anything else, okay? So I encourage you to get signed up on that one. And then also I wanted to look at Potenza Tau. This is one that I have been trading recently and has gone quite well. So here's the Tau chart, and as you can see, This coin tried to pop over the 50-day and did, and this is a pretty bearish candle to close on. So certainly a lot of price suppression here. This is a stopping volume candle if you ever saw one. Just I thought this was just going to absolutely explode to the upside, and then we just saw a huge push down, and so now we're under the 50-day moving average. But look where the 200 EMA is. So it's all the way up here. So for this coin, I think there's a lot of great value. The all-time high was 777, I believe. So we're significantly down on that. And I did encourage people through my cheat sheet. I had some great buy entries here. I don't know if people got on them, but some great buy entries for banana when banana went down to 28. I mean, banana's now at 50 something. It got up all the way to 60 bucks. So I had the TP1 there, TP2, TP3. So if you got these trades, you've made some significant cash. And then I gave the Tau trade 165, 180, 200. I picked up a bunch there and some more at 220. And I bought some more at around the 260s, 270s region. I feel like anything under 300 buy for me for Tau. Of course, the lower I get it, the better. And so I'm just dollar cost averaging in on Tau with that. So if you did get on the Tau trade, congratulations. Certainly what we see here with Tau, if I was looking for entries now, there is some support coming in here on the ribbon around 275, and then this whole area down to here is a good area, 265 to 275 if you're accumulating. And obviously, 240, 210, 200, and the levels that are on my cheat sheet. So definitely check out the cheat sheet for the levels that are there if it gets a little bit lower. Those are my swing trade levels, but I also have levels here on my cheat sheet. I have updated this today with more up-to-date price levels. So certainly there are some other levels if you're looking to dollar cost average and for hodling as well. So that's how that can work out. So there you go with Potenza. Remember, this is for long cost, dollar cost averaging hold. I'm hoping this coin gets to 3,000 would be my goal for this coin. I certainly think it can do a 10x here. It's got the same supply as Bitcoin, 21 million coins only. So I really think it can fly. I've seen some people mention 10 and 12,000 for Tau. And I'm certainly, that is not beyond the realms of possibility because of the small supply. It won't take as much liquidity to get to that level. And something I've shown before, and I will close on this, is if you see this lovely little tool here, I've actually got Banana loaded up. If Banana had the same amount of liquidity and money as Solana had, it would be worth $19,053. This is why I'm going in on Banana, because if some big whale or whales pump this coin to the same market cap of Solana, it will be worth $19,000. Okay, do I think it's going to get to $19,000? Possibly not. Within the realms of possibility, it could definitely get to the market cap. And if we search for Tau here, let's see, we've done this before, but I'll do it again if you haven't seen it before. It would get, if it had the same market cap of Solana and the same amount of money it's gone into Solana, it would be worth $9,000. So these both have better tokenomics than Solana. And of course, Solana doesn't have a fixed supply. So Solana can be added to the supply, and that makes it more inflationary, where Tau and Banana, their supply is fixed at 21 million for Tau and 10 million for Banana. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. And as always, thanks for watching, and until the next time, from Florida, happy trading.